Hi, I'm Cindy from BeDownSquare.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this cute little chipmunk costume. It's super fun. You could do the same idea in a squirrel or a skunk or anything you want, but it's a really fun, cute little costume, perfect for that junior high age. We're using a pair of it's a one-piece Biketard. This is a halter one. There's also just regular ones, or you could do it on a Unitard, a skirt, a dress, whatever you want. You can build something like this. And then you just have to check out the cute little back tail. It's one of my favorite little costumes that I've done in a long, long time. So if you want to find out more on how to do this Chippendale costume, this video is the video for you.
So in this, I have picked the piece that I want to use. This is a velvet brown halter Biketard. You could do a regular Biketard, but if you're in colder weather, pick a long sleeve one. Velvet will keep you extra warm, so it might be perfect for that. So there's a few things that you're going to need. Besides the leotard, you're going to need a lighter version. I'm using a beige velvet for the front piece, and for the back you're going to need the beige velvet going down, and I did black velvet. You don't have to use velvet. You can use any of the fabrics that you want that are easy to use. I love velvet because it stretches and moves and it's great for dance, but it also, I like working with it. If you're not comfortable working with it, pick a fabric you're used to. If you just remember, if you need it to stretch, think about that. And if it's a non-stretchy fabric, then you'll want to pin it in place and make sure the girl has enough room to move in it. So the first thing we're going to need to cut on the halter, I'm going to have it go all the way up to the neck and down. I'm also doing one in a Biketard version where I'm just going to go from here down. Think about what you're seeing in the back to determine what you want to do. Now for the back, I have cut 6-inch pieces. They're not going to end up 6-inch pieces. They're going to end up smaller, and this is for a girl that wears an adult extra small. So this 6-inch pieces, once I sew it, is going to have a taken probably about an inch and end up 5 inches. So I've tapered this up here and kept it going down the back. Then I've cut 2-inch strips of black that I will do like this. Now I need one black for every back, and the way I'm sewing it is I'm going to be turning it inside out, so I've cut 2 of the cream color. And in the sewing portion I'll show you how to do that. And then for the tail, I have cut a cream, almost little triangle, but kind of rounded corners that will go right here. You want to make sure that it's all going to match up. So I'm going to taper in the end a little bit so that it narrows a smidge, so the tail ends up the same size as the back, so you don't have a funky little spot where it connects. I've also cut a 2-inch stripe to go down that tail. So I have 2 of these pieces, 2 of these cream pieces, and 1 for each piece of a 2-inch stripe. Now for the front, I started off with an oval piece, and I'm cutting 2 of these, and I've tapered it in and made these little pieces. So I've taken that oval and then just kind of curved in. If you fold the fabric in half while you determine that cut, if you're not used to just cutting freehand, do it on a piece of paper first. That way the right and left side will be even if you fold it in half like that. Now I've cut 2 of these also because when I sew them together, so I can just tack them down into place, this will have the same shape as the back. It'll look nice and firm and thick, and because this is a cream, the brown won't show through on it. So these are all the pieces you need to cut to make the chipmunk costume. Okay, so for our chipmunk, to make this, I'm going to show you 2 different ways. We have a skirt that you can do, or you can do it without the skirt. So I'm going to show you how to make the tail, and then if you want to make the skirt, you can put it on there. Otherwise, you can put it right on the outfit. So what you're going to need for this is you're going to need a base piece that we have right here. It can be long pants, it can be whatever you want. Now for the front, I've cut out a piece of velvet. So what I've done is folded it in half, made an oval and straight across the top, but then came in and made a few slices in it, just so it gives you kind of a fur look on it. So we have that piece. Then we have the tail piece where I've cut 2 white tails It's almost like a triangle, but just kind of a little rounded. And then a black piece to go on top that will sew on it. And then I've cut a second of the back pieces, because what we're going to do is first you sew on that black strip, then you sew on and sandwich it together like that, and then trim everything very close. Then when you flip it inside out, you have this look here. And so it's a pocket. And then the other piece that we did for the stripe down the back, we've cut this one. It's approximately, let's see, it is about 3.5 inches wide. And I've cut it extra long to give us some room to play. And then the stripe is about 2 inches. So what we'll do is we're going to pin them all together like this and sew them back down the back of the outfit. So I'm going to set this to the side. First thing we're going to do once you have sewn that tail together is, let's see, we got some tulle for that. And what we're going to do is we're just going to stuff the tail, because we want it kind of animated looking, kind of popped out. And so we're just going to go ahead and do this. And then see how it's nice and puffy? Then I'm going to fold this in half to close it up. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to zigzag it, because it will have it flipped from the back side so it'll pop up. And actually this one I'm going to end up sewing on a skirt that I'll show you in another video. So let's just go ahead with a wide and long zigzag. And make sure I'm back up. And then sew it. Oops, it's not plugged in. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean off any straggling edges. So, and the threads. I'll get the rest of the threads later, but see, that's the front side of it. So when it's sewn on, it just pops up a little, and that's the back side of it. So we're going to set the tail to the side. And now what I've done is I'm using a velvet Biketard for this, and it almost kind of looks like a pineapple on the front. And then because I'm doing a halter on this one, I've sewn the back on like that, and then I'm going to make a loop at the top so that the halter tie will go right in there, and then that way it'll have kind of a cute little stripe going up her back. So what you're going to want to do is sew down the black and the cream, and then do it in a nice wide zigzag and make sure and stretch it so it doesn't snap. I'm using stretchy fabric because I'm sewing on stretchy fabric, and I'm actually using all velvet that we actually do sell on our website. It's a 4-way stretch, but you can get this from anywhere. So pick the colors that you want, and then you'll go ahead and go in and zigzag this and just follow around the edge with a matching color. And then that is how you get the Chip and Dale, or just a squirrel, whatever you want, or chipmunk. It's all kind of the same thing. You can just adjust it so it looks a little more like a chipmunk or a little more like a squirrel. But that is our Chip and Dale. And then what we'll do is on the back here, if you were going to sew it on at this edge, you would just put that little tail like that. So it's really that easy. Have fun for Halloween and enjoy your trick-or-treating. Thank you for watching our video, and if you enjoyed it, make sure and click here to subscribe, because we're going to have some amazing DIY videos coming out. And if you want to get our free complete dance costume DIY guide, click right here, or go to bdancewear.com/DIY guide. And lastly, if you have any questions or ideas for future videos, please leave it in the comments below. Thanks again for watching our video, and remember, be original, be colorful, bdancewear.com.